Okay, I'm doing a video of the new Jefferson County Historical Society, and this is a picture of it in the paper. And it's that old building right next to the stop and go thing. And that's it, and I'll show you some of the rooms. I'm in the foyer right now. And there's Farnsworth down on the end. Beautiful rug done of him. Just a lot of really neat things. I think that one come out of the old tabernacle that you kids didn't know anything about. This is what it looks like when you come in the door. Different things
I don't think it's locked.
Look at.
One we went through was.
She just surprised me, made me jump. Did you see that? This is the Bond Motel. In fact, this is what the building used to be. Was the Bond Motel.
What to do? You want to see up there? Want me to check there? All right. See the old cars. See the old cars.
This is a Roberts window. That might be the only picture you get of me. Now we're at the corner. Over in another section, there's an old sign. That's how high Rigby is. And some kind of an animal, and I don't know animals well enough to tell you what they are. There's the old sign off of the Idaho First National Bank. It used to be right there on the corner. Thinks that is a buffalo and a moose. And some paintings that have been donated. Looks like our orchard just about, doesn't it? The flowers are blooming. Okay, now we'll wander in here. There's some old calendars. Whoops, that's a picture. This one's a 1941. That's a 1949. That's a 1981. That's terribly old. This says this is the place where you get your face ironed out, your shirt cut to order, and your ears set back, your dandruff removed, face shaved without paint or whiskers refunded. The ladies' hair bobbing, our trademark, Old Jensen Barbershop. The home of better service, White Way Barbershop. Look your best by using our tonic and hair oil. Ed Winchester, he was in the building next to the theater when it burned down. And there is our barber shop. But this, Shalane, you would enjoy. I am going to suppose this is a curling, permanent or curling maneuver. Woo! Can you imagine your hair all hooked up to this contraption? This one is from the Rigby ward. Some of this stuff reminds me even of the things we've had from grandmas, from your grandmas. In fact, Grandpa still got a little ice box like that that was not run by power but just by ice out in his barn right now, I think. we'll go around and see the other stuff. I think I've got a box of that, like a tin box like that, kicking around. That old pencil sharpener I remember just from my time in school. Oh, that is not a pencil sharpener, that's a grinder. It looks like an old pencil sharpener. That's a butter churn. I know Grandpa's got a toaster like that he used to do both toast and weenies. In fact, I've got a tea kettle like that sitting on my kitchen right now. And Jesse's got a teapot in the back like that without a lid on it at the moment. Interesting, huh? Old pump with a dipper. Get your water. Do you remember that, kids? We used to keep our eggs in.
Where?
Right there.
Oh.
Interesting. The lady told me that years ago what they used to do is when a person died, they would take the satin from the casket that they made the casket, decorated the casket with, and the matching flowers, and put them in a case. And then on Memorial Day, they would take this out and set it on the grave. I had never heard of that before. And there's an old wash basin.
Don't let me forget I get that back and I have no idea what the gal thing was.
This room is in the Manan room, and they don't have it finished yet. This is a painting of things that are in Manan, even if they're not situated correctly. That gal standing there looks like she's going to go swimming, doesn't she? But actually she's going to be wearing, you're going to have her in a gorgeous wedding dress sometime. It's dark in here, so you can hardly see it. I don't know if you remember this old cabinet or not, but this is one thing we're donating of Grandma and Grandpa Niding's. But there is no light in the fixture yet. And the guy, if you look really close, is without his head and a hand, and his arm is not attached. But this is going to be made a schoolroom. This one comes from the Annis area. I'm just going to pop around, plug it in, and not say too much, because I'm not sure how this records when it stops and starts. I'll find out when I review this, I guess. What's fun is how many of this stuff I still have myself. Even the purple jars and the old grinder, meat grinder. The old scrubbing board. It looks like Grandma's old sewing machine that she has promised to Dad. Bet you'd look good in one like that, Shalene.
Guys are guys that got killed, aren't they? You sure? Oh, is that it? Oh. Oh. Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't do it. Don't blame me.
Wonder whose women pictures they put there. Yeah, I made me feel stupid. I wondered how come nobody came in yesterday. Yeah.
Well, yesterday was one of the best reasons.
Somebody come in and told you that it was locked,
This is
you
what
know,
we
or no clue what happened. I picked up the damn thing to take that close sign out and put on when I was gonna walk out. I was already closed, didn't know. Huh? Great. Which one? Which two, I don't know.
That is a peace order. There's a treadle to make it run. That looks like our old scoop shovel. In fact, it's surprisingly like a lot of our equipment at home.
Yeah.
Bread warmer, she can put in the cooking in there, it's not that big. But as far as trophies go, Mark says, no way, you're not pioneers.
They don't want these trophies. Just pioneer stuff.
Plain.
But what's the thing behind it?
That's the grill. Riveter, if it was half gone, the hand was gone on it, and I've got one I just used the other day. Put a rivet in my boot.
Some of those tools are very, very handy, aren't they?
Yeah, some of them I still use.
What kind of a
Well,
trap?
rat or mouse.
Good
Mine
grief.
was bigger than that. I've got one that's bigger than that. And that thing right there in the middle is
Uh-huh.
a bait. And you put the bait on it, and they come in from either way. They come in, and as soon as they touch that bait, why, the lids come down and lock on them.
There, doesn't that look like Grandpa's old John Deere? T. Farnsworth, the originator of inventor of television, some of his equipment and some of the things he used. It's kind of hard to see through the glass sometimes. Thing on the back has got some pictures and it says Philo T. Farnsworth presenting his original TV tubes to Rigby High School, 1956. Has some pictures that you can't hardly see. And they've donated it to the museum. And these are the tubes. The original stuff. There was a 20-cent stamp, and I wasn't aware of that. As far as my cord will stretch. I can't read what these are all about, except it says the Bond Motel. And different pictures. Okay, here's a funny thing here. It says, "Did you know this is Beetle Bailey?" And the the guy's asking him, did you know that the inventor of TV was Philo T. Farnsworth? And Beetle says, Philo T. Farnsworth, what a corny name. The other guy says, fitting, isn't it? I was just looking at this book, and all of this is on his life story. Clippings, newspaper things, out of magazines, and everything. The whole thing. That's a lot of just awarded by, can't read who it's to. It's by Rigby. It's by Louisville. That's pretty cool. It's like a fence out there where you can, you've got all of these tools tacked on it. The reflections don't make it the easiest to see in the video camera. Hate to meet with him on a dark night. The couple I was visiting with is Kenneth and Lois Jones, because they're doing with the Garfield area and they've asked me to help them.
I can't believe it when it was all over. I said, Tom, get your mother and dad and bring them up here, and then you can be their guide because you know everything that's in here. They were real excited to be there. And after opening her, they wanted to open.
Looks like it's a box, but it's just a quilt or a wall hanging. Looks like actually a decorative sack, doesn't it? The way the colors are. No. Thank you.